First, though, we want to start right now with the very latest on Luca Magnotta, the man accused of killing and dismembering a Chinese student in Montreal. Magnotta arrived in Montreal last night on a military plane flown in from Berlin. He is set to make a court appearance today.
Magnotta faces several charges, including first-degree murder and committing an indignity to a human body. It's not known yet if Magnotta will actually appear in court in person or by video link. Andrew Barbacki is a criminal defense lawyer and a former Crown prosecutor. He joins us now from Montreal. We're hoping, sir, you can take us through the process. What happens with Magnotta, starting with today?
Well, as you said, he'll appear in court, whether it be electronically or in person. More likely, I would think, by video. That's the law for everybody. Within 24 hours of arrest, the criminal code provides that a first appearance should be made. Should be very brief. There's no plea entered because we're not at the trial stage at the initial appearance. So normally it would be to simply have the charge read and a date set. What we call here a pro forma date. In Ontario they call it a speak to date, which means a date. The next date there wouldn't be any witnesses called. It would be a date just to check on the progress of the case, disclosure provided to the defense. The question of bail would be decided prior to the preliminary inquiry. If there's an application for bail, it has to be made in writing to a Superior Court judge. And the procedures are fairly simple, really. Andrew,
why do you think the teleconference would take place? It's just much more efficient, simple. You don't have to worry about the security angle, especially with someone as high profile as the accused here?
That's correct. That's correct. And this has been fairly common now for the last few years, particularly here in Montreal and in Toronto, I believe. It's a similar situation in large jurisdictions. It's a lot more efficient. There's no transport required. There's, as you say, security. It must be quite a zoo down at the courthouse as we speak already.
You mentioned bail hearing. Any chance that crimes of this magnitude, an accused would be granted bail?
No. I hope that for once you get a short answer from a lawyer. I don't know if it's the first, but I could elaborate if you specifically asked.
Yeah,
but
that's the chances of this are just nil.
Nil.
Nil. Okay.
Well put.
What about who might defend him? I mean, how problematic might that be? Or do you think that there would be some lawyers who would see this as an opportunity, certainly would want to step up?
You know, that's to tell you the truth. When you're in the business, as I am, and people I know, we've discussed this a little bit in terms of, I suppose, as you can see, I'm not a junior, so I can't speak for younger private practice lawyers, and I wouldn't express my personal opinion. But let's just say that the accused person, there is a legal aid system in Quebec which is fairly efficient, and bottom line is that there's a government-paid lawyer who would be pretty much obliged to defend him if nobody else of his choosing wished to act for him. So certainly he will be represented if he chooses to be.
What kind of a trial do you think he'll get?
You know, from what I hear, there seems to be a desire for publicity, so I would imagine most cases of this nature, I mean, most murder cases are heard by a jury, a judge with a jury. There is the possibility of, if the accused person chooses, there can be a judge of the Superior Court alone who hears the case. It's not common. I believe the last one I heard of that was well known was in BC regarding the Air India bombing. There was a jury trial there, a judge alone, murder trial, I believe. But generally, it would be a judge and a jury.
Well, an awful lot of Canadians will be watching this with interest. Andrew Barbacki, criminal defense lawyer, former Crown prosecutor. Our thanks, sir. Thank you very much.
No problem. I appreciate your help.